Sunyatave. It means that nothing exists. It is the moment of working up to the pure truth. This is known as the state of the Buddha or Buddha Sa- Subhava. At this state of awareness, one does not believe that there is anything or anyone alive or living. There is no person or a safe identity. There is no word, Vijnana Loke. This means that you have realized that this world is not true. With this realization, you are able to transcend this illusion and come out of all suffering. There is nothing beyond that, is there? What do you what do we talk about? What do we tell each other? What are words? All a lie. It is all load of lies. I almost felt like I had to tie you to the phone to tell you the rest of the sermon. You wanted to end the call. When the Buddha preached sermons, some people got up from their seat and left. Then the Buddha word turned to his disciples and tell them, had that person stayed a bit longer to listen to the sermon, he would have realized the pure truth. But unfortunately, due to his own misfortune, he left. Even if you realize the pure truth, you can carry on with your daily, daily life. You would continue to do all your normal routine, routine like an other day. But it is not easy to realize the pure truth. There is no point in living in an illusion and be reborn for eons. You should realize the pure truth. You should be aware what the pure truth is. After realizing the pure truth, it doesn't matter what you do after that. Why? Because you will see the truth in everything. A person who has realized the pure truth cannot be tricked. He is not ignorant. He cannot be tricked by anyone. Nobody can convince convince him that God created things. You are very fortunate, aren't you? Actually, now you should not be having any problem. I don't think I have any problem. You think like that. I also don't think so. Whatever problems you had about the Dhamma, that two words have got resolved. To be honest, Honor, you want to be honest to go in this path. All your objections and problems will be resolved. It is difficult to imagine the state of avidya, asesa, viraga, nirodho. Buddha said that the avidya, asesa, viraga, nirodho means total eradication of ignorance. If you look at the Dasa Sanyojana, Buddha said that 10 for Dasa Sanyojana is a 10 sansara ogre. Like that, Buddha said, the eradication of ignorance is mentioned last. The 10 fetters are Sakkaya Ditti Vichikicha, Silabbata Paramasa, Kamaraga Patika, Ruparaga, Aruparaga, Mana Uddacha Vidya. We must understand Paticca Samuppada, dependent origination, mainly teaches us about our ignorance about the pure truth. As long as we are ignorant about the pure truth, we will be born. As we listen to the Dhamma, our ignorance will reduce. This means that as long as we are ignorant about the pure truth, we will always be in suffering. Listening to the Dhamma takes us along the path to understand the pure truth. The Buddha said, by listening to the Dhamma and following the path to realize the pure truth, we can eradicate huge amounts of keles, also known as defilements. The Buddha asked this disciple Ananda, is this stone on the palm of my hand bigger than the Himalaya mountain? Then the disciple Ananda replied, no, Swamini, the Himalaya mountain is so much bigger than the stone on your palm. The small stone on your palm is so insignificant, insufficient compared to the Himalaya mountain Swamini. Then the Buddha said, "That is right, Ananda. If one follows the path and realizes the pure truth, he will eradicate his defilements as much as this Himalaya mountain." The Buddha said that when you realize the pure truth, your attachment and dislike will dissolve. Your defilements, which are lobh, desh, moh, will get eradicated. I think you might feel this happening to you at this moment. It is like somebody is holding your hand and talking you on a journey. It is like a fire tale. We started by saying that there is no book. Then we went on to explain how we can say that there is no husband or child, that there is no house and things. See how we explain not to fear any loss. Then we went on to show you were the self is felt. We said if we cut off a finger, amputate both your legs, then amputate both your arms. Even then, we said that your mind consciousness will remain. Then we ask you, now where are you? Are you the body? No. Then aren't you the mind consciousness? Yes, you are. Then there is no point of this body. Is there? Then is there a life form in this mind consciousness? A living thing? Now, this is the point where we all get stuck. When you look at sound and color and realize that they do not exist, then the mind consciousness ceases to exist, because without sound and dot color and mind consciousness ceases to exist. When the mind consciousness ceases, nothing is alive, and you realize that your self identity is an illusion. All your thoughts cease to exist. All concepts get destroyed. Even the concept of the earth gets destroyed. Only the empty universal space remains. The main consciousness does not own people, if does not own anything. The mind consciousness only thing. Is there any person in a sound? Is there a thing in a color? When you realize that there cannot be a living feeling in a sound and in a color, and you stop believing in them, your self identity ceases too. Isn't it amazing that you are able to hear this truth? You are very fortunate to hear this sermon. Once you realize the pure truth, you will not cry and your husband dies. You will not cry when your son dies. We hear a lot of stories during the time of the Buddha, where the noble ladies receive similar news. During the time of the Buddha, there was a story about a lady from a noble family who was giving alms to the disciples of the Buddha. She received a message from the war ground saying that her husband and all her children were killed. She read the message and without any remorse tucks the piece of paper on the belt on her waist and continue to save food to the disciples, saying that she got news that she lost her husband and all her children on the battlefield. She had already realized the pure truth. Therefore, she did not get disturbed by this sad news. Now, where is the husband that you thought you had with you all this time? He is only a thought. The shape of the shape, his body, the coldness or the warmth, the feel to the touch. There are only thoughts. It is only a thought. When there is no self, what else could there be? That is true. That is true. Is this once you reach home, you will start thinking, is this body me? The Buddha said, Rupang rupatta sankatang abhisankaroti. So Buddha said, Rupang attano samanupassati, rupavattam va attato samanupassati. We think that your body is mean, it has life, that too is only a thought. The Buddha said that we believe that this body is mine, it is me, and it is alive. There is no such thing that is called Sakkaya Ditthi. It is a false view that I exist. Dushtiya, it means false new views. Therwan Saranai.